A Strange Dream. The Dragon Masters jumped to their feet. King Roland swept into the room. He was a big man, with red hair and a bushy beard. He walked right up to Drake. Drake was so nervous he was shaking. "This is my new Dragon Master?" he asked. "Yes, your highness," said Griffith. The king frowned. "He's scrawny." Drake felt like sinking into the floor. The king turned to Griffith. "Explain this to me, wizard. My strongest men cannot control dragons. Why is it that these children can?" "It is the way of the Dragonstone," Griffith said. "It is a mystery, even to me." "Hm," snorted the king. "Very well, then. I shall leave my army in your hands." "Army?" Drake wondered. King Roland looked at Drake again. "Do not let me down, boy," he said. Then he and the soldier left. Everyone sat back down. The king's words scared Drake. What will happen if I do let him down? Drake wondered. He had a feeling it wouldn't be good. Bo took Drake to their room. There was a bed and a wooden chest for each of them. There was also a desk for them to share. A jug of water sat on the table. "That is your bed," Bo said, pointing. Drake climbed into bed. The moon shone through a small window. Drake looked over at Bo. He was already sleeping peacefully. Drake soon drifted off to sleep too. All of a sudden, he was in a dark cave. The air in the cave felt warm. It smelled like the deep, rich dirt where the onions grew. Green eyes glowed in the darkness. Worm! Worm was in the cave, and behind him were other dragons. They all had the same brown scales and green eyes. Boom! A loud explosion shook the cave. Smoke filled the air. Worm let out a cry. The dragon slithered across the cave floor, looking for a way out. Drake woke up in his bed, dripping sweat. That was some nightmare, he thought. It felt so real. Chapter 8. Flying Practice. After breakfast the next morning, Drake went back underground with Griffith and the other Dragon Masters. "Why do we train all the way down here?" Drake asked as they walked. "Don't you know?" Rory said. "We're a secret. No one knows the dragons are here. No one knows the Dragonstone is real. And no one knows about us." Drake looked at the wizard. "It is true," Griffith said. "The king does not want others to know about the dragons." "Because he's building a dragon army?" Drake asked. "That's the king's business, not ours," said Griffith. He opened the door to the hallway of dragon caves. "Collect your dragons. We are going outside today." "Hooray!" yelled Anna, Rory, and Bo. "But won't someone see us if we go outside?" asked Drake. "No, we'll be hidden in the Valley of Clouds," said Anna. "Hurry, go get Worm." Drake ran through the winding hallway to Worm's cave. Worm raised his head and looked at him. It reminded Drake of his nightmare. He shivered. "Come on, Worm, we are going outside," Drake said, as he opened the gate. Worm crawled out of his cave. Griffith led them all down a dark tunnel. The tunnel opened up into a bright field of grass. Tall hills rose up on all sides. "The sun!" cheered Anna. She twirled around. Drake looked up at the sun and smiled. "So what do we do out here?" he asked. Anna grinned. "We fly," she said. She patted Khepri on the head. "Show 'em, girl." Khepri raised her long neck and flew straight up. She looped and swirled in the air. Drake watched her, shading his eyes from the sun. He had never seen anything like it. "Wait till you see Vulcan fly," Rory said. "Vulcan, circle." Vulcan flapped his big red wings. He flew up into the sky and circled the field. "Wow," Drake said. He looked over at Bo. "Your dragon doesn't have wings, but can she fly too?" he asked. Bo nodded. "She does not need wings," he said. "Shoo, please fly." Shoo floated up off the grass. "It's like she's swimming through the air," Drake said. "Yes," said Bo. "How she flies is very much like how one swims. She can ride the winds." Drake looked at Worm. His tiny wings did not look like they could lift him. "What about you, Worm?" he asked. "Can you fly too?" Worm just stared at Drake. He didn't flap his wings. He didn't even move. "It's okay," Drake said. He thought of how scared Worm had been in the nightmare. "We can watch the others." Drake sat on the grass. He put a hand on Worm's back. The dragon moved a little closer to him. Suddenly, the dragon stone felt warm on Drake's skin. He looked down. It was glowing. Drake looked around. Griffith was standing over with the other dragon masters. None of their stones were glowing. "Why is my stone glowing?" he wondered. "Am I doing something wrong?" Drake quickly tucked his dragon stone inside his shirt. Then he went back to watching the other dragons fly across the sky. Chapter 9. Whispers. "And that is how to shine a dragon's scales," Griffith was saying later that week. "Remember, brush one scale at a time, no shortcuts." Rory sighed. "When can we go out again?" Drake was glad Rory had asked. They had been stuck in the training room for 3 days. Drake liked learning about dragons, but he was used to being outside all day, every day, on his farm back home. He was starting to forget what the sun looked like. The wizard patted a tall pile of books on his desk. "There is much for you to learn first. We will go out again soon, Rory." Then a soldier came in. He handed something to Griffith. The wizard smiled. "Drake, it is a letter for you." "Read it out loud," Anna said. Drake quickly nodded to Griffith. "Dear Drake, we are glad you are safe. We still don't know why the king brought you there. Can you tell us? Please keep writing so we won't worry. And thank you to your friend Bo for helping you to write to us. Love, your mother." "Your mother sounds nice," Bo said. Drake's eyes started to burn. He held back his tears. "Thanks," he said. "May I send another letter to tell her about the dragons?" "You must not say anything about the dragons," Griffith said. "The king's secret must be kept." The wizard stood up. "Now, it is time to shine your dragons. Let us go." As they were leaving the training room, Rory ran over to Anna. She started whispering to her. Drake kept an eye on Rory as they walked toward the dragon caves. "She has a sneaky look on her face," he thought. "What are she and Anna up to?"